From lying about using filters in her videos,
I don't use filters, right? I am not innocent in this.
to photoshopping her pictures and giving fake brand reviews,
Lashes, I'm using the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes in the beautiful Dream Pop color. I love how it pairs with the eyeshadow.
Mikayla Nogueira has been under fire for a hell of a lot of reasons. However, recently she's been making headlines for her cash grab skin prep line called POV Beauty. But what people don't know is that she completely ripped the name off of a small Canadian indie brand.
Mikayla Nogueira just announced her new skincare line, POV Beauty, and there's already drama. After teasing some sort of project on her socials, Mikayla announced that she is launching a skincare line called POV Beauty, and it's all products that are supposed to make your skin look amazing under makeup. While anything that Mikayla launched would probably get some sort of backlash or criticism, this time it feels a little bit different because there is already an independent beauty brand in Quebec, Canada called POV Beauty, and the founder has spoken out about how Mikayla launching under the same brand name has felt like a betrayal. The Instagram story was in French, but translated, betrayed, sad, angry, humiliated, and heartbroken. This is how I feel at the moment about the launch of Mikayla's brand. I feel like someone has just sawn off both my legs, that someone has stolen my greatest pride. I don't have the words to describe how helpless I am. It's been almost a year since the brand existed, and to see that someone is taking your name, your concept, when you have invested all your savings, your passion, and much more. I don't know how to react or what to do right now. It saddens me to an unimaginable point. How can we do this to a small queer Quebec business that doesn't even have the means to defend anything? Mikayla has not addressed the situation at the time of recording.
When we looked up POV Beauty on Google, this website popped up in our results. It's actually a queer-led brand that is trying to promote the idea that makeup is for everyone. The fact that Mikayla is trying to steal the identity of a small queer brand just proves what a horrible person she is. But this is not even the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Mikayla Nogueira. Trust us when we say that she has done far worse things. She's lied consistently about using filters in her videos and has violated FTC rules more times than we can count. She says that she's always had perfect skin, all while promoting a dozen different beauty brands, claiming that they helped with her acne. On top of this, she is extremely aggressive and living a completely fake life. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the life and lies of Mikayla Nogueira, so buckle in tight and stay with us until the end. If you're an active social media user, the chances that you don't know Mikayla Nogueira are pretty slim. You might not know her name, but you must have come across the short-form beauty content that she posts on TikTok. However, if you've been living under a rock and don't know who she is, then let us give you a little introduction. Mikayla Nogueira is a 26-year-old American social media influencer with 16.4 million followers on TikTok. According to her Wikipedia page, she was raised in East Freetown, Massachusetts, and graduated from Appoquinette Regional High School in 2016. When Mikayla was in high school, she realized her passion for makeup. However, she didn't start making videos on TikTok until 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. At that time, people needed diverse content creators to distract from the horrible situation the world was already in. Mikayla stood out in the beauty community, mainly because she looked different from other picture-perfect beauty influencers. She wasn't a size zero model, she looked real and relatable, and that's what people loved so much about her. However, what people did not know was that she would turn out to be the worst beauty influencer the internet has ever seen. And yes, we're not exaggerating when we say this. She's been called the most dishonest beauty influencer for her blatant lies about brands and their seemingly flawless finish.
If I have acne, I show it. If I have darkness under my eyes because I didn't sleep the night before, I show it. I'm very open about how I look on TikTok and on camera. I am not innocent in this. In my videos, I use the word flawless, perfect, poreless all the time because I'm conditioned.
According to Mikayla, she uses these words in her videos because she is commissioned to do so. And we might have been okay with her fake reviews if only she was honest about it being sponsored. The thing about Mikayla is that she posts a lot of undisclosed ads, and she more often than not just forgets to add a sponsored hashtag. This is actually an FTC violation if you guys are not already aware. But before we talk about any of this, let's talk about Mikayla Nogueira before she became a brand. Not a lot of people know this about her, but Mikayla was actually pretty famous on Tumblr before she started making content on other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. She was only a teenager at that time, so we're not going to be super harsh about her posts, but it does seem problematic. According to a Reddit thread, she actually had 60,000 plus followers on Tumblr, and claimed to be a makeup artist at the age of 13. We also discovered that her content on Tumblr was pretty gimmicky. For instance, $1,000 giveaways that no one really received. Also, another thing that we found pretty disturbing was her Tumblr era boyfriend. She apparently dated a 20-year-old when she was only 14. And the worst thing about this was that it was not a secret. She would openly talk about her boyfriend, who we believe was called Don. Her family knew about it, and there are tons of pictures that she posted on Tumblr. We mean, just look at this video of her explaining how she met her much older boyfriend.
To answer that question I'm getting every day and never have to answer it again because it's really annoying. But the question is, how did you and Don originally meet? So me and Don originally met, yes, on Tumblr, but we didn't actually meet on Tumblr. So here's what happened. This was early April. I met him when he had like just made his blog. He had it for like 2 weeks when I met him, maybe less, I don't know, but I had my blog for already a year and a half. So it's interesting because I made a post and I was like, Omegle promo game, Tumblr as interest, and come find me. And so I was searching for people and I found all the people and I was done looking for people. So I was like, alright, I'll stay on and just talk to some of the people on Tumblr. So I was going around and I stopped at one point and I was like, hi, and they were like, hey. And I was like, hey, what's your URL? And they were like, New York famous. So I was like, oh, that's not quality, but I clicked on it anyways. And I have no idea why. I only follow quality blogs, and he had like a vertical New York City blog, and I was like, I only follow quality, so I can't follow you. But then we started talking on Omegle, and we were just having a normal conversation.
Honestly, it's just astonishing the way she's talking about this 19-year-old stranger and the fact that her parents allowed this to happen. She was just a kid with a side fringe and color-graded photos, thinking she was some celebrity. The real question, however, is what were the adults doing who were responsible for her? From what we've gathered so far, she never really had a good relationship with her family. As a teenager, she couldn't wait to move out of the house. Also, there's this entire half-sister drama that we'd rather not get into. However, to summarize, she had a half-sister who basically ran away after she was born. So she never really knew she had a sister until the sister contacted her through email, which is when Michaela and she started talking. We believe her name is Amber. Michaela also talked about her in one of her videos. Long story short, her sister doesn't have a job and is homeless, which is why Michaela doesn't like to talk to her anymore. Honestly speaking, we're not sure why she brought up her sister in a video, but this is just a weird take. Also, the fact that she says her sister just disappeared after she was born is very suspicious. Michaela actually wrote a long-ass paper explaining the situation, and according to her, her sister left when she was just 2 to 3 years old. We had to do a little bit of digging to find out that they have an 11-year age gap, which means that Amber was 13 or 14 years old when she just allegedly left. Michaela focused a lot on how her sister wasn't the sister she expected in the paper, and mentioned how she's on disability when she's perfectly capable of working, but somehow the fact that she has a niece is never mentioned. Honestly, there are a ton of discrepancies in this story, and we don't really want to get into it. She's problematic enough already without involving her family drama in the mix. For now, we'd like to talk about some of the things we figured out about Michaela. These little snippets actually helped us a ton while painting a picture of what she was like growing up. According to a lot of people who attended high school with her, Michaela was a bully. We found these screenshots of someone who knew Michaela at that time. It says, "She is the reason why someone tried taking their own life in middle school. I was there for it." The screenshots also point out that she has been homophobic in the past and also bullied other girls. While we don't know how much truth there is to these claims and stories, we can totally see Michaela doing something like this to her fellow classmates. After all, she has said multiple questionable things about the trans community on camera. She even called drag queens clowns.
Hello?
Hi, sir. I was just wondering if you had a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Excuse me, did you just say sir?
I'm not transgender, and,
I'm sorry if you thought that. I'm sorry if that offends you, if you're against trannies. If you are, I'm not one, so I will forever be a girl. I'm a real girly girl. I wear makeup. I have frilly, flowery shirts. I wear the pretty flip-flops. I do my nails, like, really nicely. I'm a girly girl. Just because I have a manly voice doesn't make me distinctively a man. And it does not make me transgender, so I just wanted to make that clear with you guys.
Now, all of this is pretty bad, but we can still brush it under the rug by saying, oh well, but she was just a kid, everyone is dumb at that age. But it looks like Michaela is still living in her self-absorbed teenage fantasy. She thinks extremely highly of herself, and she lies constantly to convince other people of her superiority. One good example of this is her fake Boston accent. We're saying it's fake because there is no way someone actually talks like this. Her accent is just over the top exaggerated and also kind of annoying.
Michaela is scaring her viewers. Michaela posted a TikTok where she recreated Kim Kardashian's Met Gala look. And everyone is freaking out over how she said Kim Kardashian's name in her intro.
Kim Kardashian had this absolutely stunning, sexy look at the Met Gala. Kim Kardashian had...
Pretty much everyone in the comments was talking about how when they heard that intro, it freaked them out and they jumped.
Besides the fact that her accent seems super exaggerated, another reason why people are convinced she's faking it is because in some of her old videos, she doesn't have that accent at all.
Hey guys, so I just got off the bus and I was at school, so I'm gonna start doing like random vlogs. And so today I just wanted to do like a vlog to show you my chickens because they are so amazing.
We also came across this old clip of Michaela when she did a promo video for her college, and again we noticed no accent at all. She seems to be talking perfectly fine.
Be seeing me around, but this is one of my favorite buildings. You can come here to hang out with your friends, study, grab a bite to eat. There are lots of offices in this building, such as the PwC, Center for Diversity and Inclusion, and there's so much you can do in this building. I highly recommend.
Also, some of the initial makeup videos she posted online don't have this Boston accent as well.
$275 foundation, and it's the wrong shade that I currently use. And this is the Zote soap. Waiting for.
If she didn't previously have the accent, then there is only one explanation for it, and that is that she is faking it. We cannot even begin to imagine what it would be like for someone to fake their accent 24/7. No wonder she thinks she's working so hard. It's got to be exhausting to always have her filter up, both metaphorically and literally. The moral of this story, it's evident to a lot of people that she is faking her pictures and her accent. But of course, as you might have guessed by now, Michaela is not the kind of person to just accept her mistakes. If she did, how else would she become one of the most successful rage baiters? So when people started calling Michaela out for her fake accent, she said that it was her radio voice or camera voice. According to her Wikipedia page, she was an intern at a radio station while she was in college, but we don't really know if that proves anything. People are not really ready to trust her, especially after everything she pulled. Even if we decide to let the accent thing slide, there is a mountain of lies that she's told her audience. Let's start with the filter thing, shall we? If you take one look at Michaela's videos, you'll realize that her pictures and videos aren't only heavily filtered, but also face-tuned and photoshopped. It's not like she just slaps a color grading filter on and posts the videos. She takes time to make her jaw look thinner, her body more toned, and her skin flawless. People on Reddit have actually posted side-by-side comparisons of pictures posted on her account versus the ones taken at an event by someone else on the same day. And the difference is just astounding. The unedited pictures look nothing like her. Here's a good example of what we're talking about. The picture on the left is the one taken in an event, and on the right is the one she posted herself on her social media. Here's another picture with her husband, Cody. You can see that she edited herself to look much smaller than Cody for some reason. Here's another comparison of her social media picture versus the actual picture. We're showing you so many of these pictures because we wanted to highlight an important point here. In almost all of these comparisons, she looks good in both. However, it's drastically different from the edited ones. She continuously denies using filters for her videos, yet she's been caught multiple times using neck filters and lip plumping filters to make herself look better than what's realistically possible.
If the girls weren't bad enough, they're calling Mikayla Nogueira out for her neck filter. Oh my god, this is crazy, guys. So apparently Michaela uses filters on her videos. I don't know how, but apparently the neck filter has been seen slipping on and off of her girls. How do you even get a filter on your neck? Like, that's the question I got after watching this video. Oh, so what do you guys think about this neck filter, girls? I swear to God, I'm hearing something new about Michaela every single day. Girls, oh my God, this is crazy. Michaela, why a filter on your neck though? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, ooh. So what do you guys think about this down below? And if you know where to get the neck filter at, let me know. Could it get rid of the tattoo? Ooh. Save me a laser? I'm just kidding, my loves. I love my tattoos. But anyways, y'all, what y'all think about this? Y'all better have a good night.
Okay, TikTok queen Michaela posted a video like this on her friend's TikTok. The video got deleted because there's a lot of hate comments talking about this doesn't really look like her. She looks so different without the filter on. Now, this is the TikTok queen Michaela with her filter on, promoting something, girl. But don't say you don't use filters, the house, girl. But anyways, the video got deleted. Super sneaky, shady. I just miss the days when the girls didn't use filters, the house. There it is. But she don't use filters, girl. She don't use filters.
And if she thinks people are not going to call her out for using filters and denying it, then she is mistaken. It's one thing to use a filter. It's another to blatantly lie about it and claim that you have perfect skin. This made people extremely mad at her. We actually found this Reddit post about her titled, "The filters are insane." The post reads, "There's no way she doesn't look like this distorted on her followers' devices. Her cheeks, jaw, and eyes glitched the entire video. It looks like she recorded this on a flip phone. No one else on TikTok looks like this in their videos, just her." This is the video we're talking about.
Face of all of the brand new makeup launches. The iconic Beauty of Joseon SPF now has an aqua version. This is the best SPF I've ever used, and I bet I'm gonna like this even more. It's more of a watery texture, and it's supposed to be super refreshing. This feels so lightweight, and makeup will go on top of this so beautifully.
The audience couldn't help but point out how badly her video has been glitching the entire time. Her face shape looks completely different, and her lips look fuller. This edit we found on YouTube gives you a good idea of how she tries to fool her audience constantly. Now, we understand that sometimes your own insecurities get the best of you, especially for someone who's been struggling with body image issues. It's hard to accept yourself as you are and being honest with the people about it. However, it's different when someone like Michaela does it, and also to this level. We mean it's utterly bizarre that she's using a lip filter while promoting a lip plumper. This is completely false advertising, not to mention you're misleading people who trust you for being a beauty influencer. These people are looking at your videos, seeing the results, and throwing their money at these brands, all because you posted a fake review convincing them that these products will give them a result that can only be achieved through filters. Now, we'd like to take a moment here and really talk about why filtering her videos is such a big issue. She's not only telling a lie, but also damaging people and their beauty standards. This is something that we consider to be the biggest issue of the beauty industry. They lie to you nonstop and set unrealistic beauty standards that are harming our society in more ways than you can imagine. Young girls struggling with issues like acne and body weight are looking at her videos and thinking that if they buy all these products, they'll look like her. But these young girls are not being told that their favorite beauty idol is lying to them, that she's not perfect, and that nobody's perfect. Then there's the matter of false advertising. We cannot stress this enough, but you simply cannot put a filter on while reviewing a foundation. This doesn't paint a realistic picture of what the product is like. But then again, it's arguable that a lot of brands and even TV commercials are doing it. While this is true, it still doesn't make it okay. For Michaela, this is even worse because she posts a lot of undisclosed ads. Now, undisclosed ads are a huge problem for a number of reasons. First off, when viewers know an influencer is being paid to promote a product, they naturally become more cautious. They're less likely to be swayed into buying something right away, and they tend to take the review with a grain of salt. That's exactly why it's mandatory for influencers to disclose sponsorships using hashtags like ad or sponsored. It's not just about honesty. It's about giving the audience the full context. Without that, what seems like a genuine, unbiased review is actually a paid advertisement in disguise. However, Michaela has often been called out for conveniently forgetting to disclose when her content is sponsored. She either skips the hashtag entirely or quietly edits her caption hours later to add in the ad or sponsored. By then, thousands, sometimes millions, of people had already seen the video without realizing it was a paid promotion. For those who might not be aware, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, has very clear and strict guidelines when it comes to influencer marketing and sponsored content. According to the FTC, if an influencer is being paid to promote a product, receives free products in exchange for promotion, or has any kind of financial relationship with a brand, they must clearly disclose that information at the beginning of the post or video, not buried in a wall of hashtags, not hidden in the comments, and definitely not added hours later as an afterthought. The disclosure needs to be upfront, easy to understand, and unmissable to the average viewer. Failure to do so isn't just shady, it's a direct violation of FTC rules, and it can lead to serious consequences, including hefty fines. These rules exist to protect consumers from being misled, especially in industries like beauty, where people rely on honest reviews before making purchases. But Michaela here keeps posting undisclosed ads and thinks she's so smart for doing it.
Mikayla Nogueira exposes herself.
I noticed recently on my TikTok there's been an uptick in the amount of comments saying this is an ad, or is this an ad, or this must be sponsored. I've been on TikTok since March, and I've done 2 sponsored posts. I only agree to do sponsored posts with brands that I love, and I make it very apparent in the caption that it is an ad. This literally just changed my life. If my post is an ad, it will say it in the caption.
What she's not realizing is that she is just losing her credibility. It's really not that hard or that big of a deal to add a hashtag under your video unless your sole goal is to mislead your audience. And while we're on the topic of our fake brand reviews, we'd also like to show you these clips of her talking about a product in an unsponsored video versus a sponsored one.
I actually really like this mascara, but it bleeds like a bitch. Your under eye's raccoon at the end of the day, which sucks. And the wand can be a little tough to work with. It used to be one of my favorites. For the lashes, I'm using the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes in the beautiful Dream Pop color. I love how it pairs with the eyeshadow. That I completely regret buying. I want to like this. I do. I want to like it. But the wand is too big, and it works almost too well. Like, once you get those brow hairs in place... Wow. Alright, let's see. This has fragrance in it, and it smells like really... good. Really nice and I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere, but as you can see, it very easily combed through. But no, my brows look so good. Holy, they look so fluffy.
So at first, she hates the wand. It's hard to work with and the mascara bleeds. But as soon as she gets paid, it's the best product ever. It suddenly smells good. The wand is too good to be true, and even the packaging is impressive to Mikayla. It's absurd how fake she is in her videos. There are actually tons of other videos floating around the internet where she says something about a product in an unpaid video and then completely changes her opinion in a paid video. For instance, when she posted a video about the Essence Concealer. For the record, this is Mikayla's review of Essence Concealer before they cut her a check.
This new foundation from Essence is only $6.99, so let's try it. Let me tell you something. I got these at Ulta, okay? The shade range is not it. Well, there's 20 shades, but do these three not look exactly the same? And listen to the names. Fair, Pale, and Point.
And this is her review after.
I'm gonna prove to you that even if you use one of the most affordable makeup brands, Essence, you can achieve a look that looks just as good, if not better, than high-end makeup.
We get it, Mikayla. Once the paycheck clears, suddenly everything looks flawless. But here's the thing, your audience isn't blinded by dollar signs. They're looking for someone who can give them honest, unfiltered opinions, not some overly polished, sponsored fluff disguised as a real review. People can tell when they're being sold to, and they don't appreciate being treated like they can't. Anyway, we feel like we're talking a lot about her makeup lies and drama, but honestly, it's not her fault. She has just lied so much that we'll be sitting here all day if we start counting them down. But we think this is enough to give you a good idea. We're going to move on and talk about some other controversies, but after we talk about the Lashgate controversy. We mean, how could we not? We think this happened in January 2023. Mikayla became embroiled in a controversy dubbed Lashgate after posting a sponsored review of L'Oreal's telescopic lift mascara. In the video, Nogueira demonstrates the mascara's application, initially applying it to one eye and expressing amazement at the results, stating, "This literally just changed my life. This looks like false lashes." However, viewers noticed discrepancies, particularly that the lashes appeared significantly longer and fuller after the second application. Many speculated that she had applied false eyelashes.
Look how long and lengthened my lashes look.
This literally just changed my life. This looks like false. This is how? What? It's this L'Oreal telescopic lift. Look at the wand. Okay, so basically I'm taking the curved side and I'm going root to tip and I'm starting to coat the lashes. And then once you've done that, you flip the brush to the side and you use the hook comb to basically separate. This is one coat. Okay, I'm gonna add a second. Look at the length. Do you see that? I am speechless. And I'm not sure anyone's gonna ever be able to compete with this mascara.
These are clearly lashes, and we wouldn't believe otherwise. We mean, what was she thinking? Even a kid can tell these do not look like her real lashes. People were actually so sure that these were falsies that they even found out which brand of lashes she was using. They pointed out that she was using Ardell Wispies to achieve the enhanced look. Despite Mikayla's assurances in the comments that only multiple coats of mascara were used, the video amassed over 17 million views and 40,000 comments, with a majority expressing skepticism about the authenticity of the results. However, this was just the beginning. The backlash extended beyond her follower base, attracting attention from other beauty influencers. Jeffree Star, known for his candid reviews, hinted at returning to product evaluations, criticizing creators for perceived dishonesty.
Whether you believe or not, what I'm about to say is none of my business. But what I'm going to tell you is that the video I made about these ELF eyeshadows, I made $0. Saying I have like an endorsement by ELF, and I feel like a broken record saying that they didn't sponsor my wedding.
Now listen, Mikayla, we all know that you may not have some endorsements by ELF, but baby, when you make a lip kit for your wedding called the Wedding Lip Kit, ELF paid for your wedding. I not understanding. Now, Miss Thing may not have an endorsement by ELF, like how Gatorade will endorse a football player, but she definitely made a lip kit for her wedding, and that entire collab made her a lot of money.
In this video, Jeffree Star is talking about Mikayla's wedding, which itself was a big PR stunt. We'll talk about this in detail afterward. For now, we just want to highlight that Mikayla got herself into a whole lot of controversies. Other creators with makeup brands such as Huda Beauty also made videos about this.
Like there's more drama in the beauty community, this time about blush. Michaela did a video where she was reviewing the new House Labs blush. Then Jeffree Star reviewed the Too Faced and the Dior blushes. Here's Michaela's initial reaction to the blush.
Holy cannoli! These are beautiful. These are new blushes from House Labs.
And here's what Jeffree Star had to say in his video about influencers making over-the-top reactions about makeup.
Now here's what we're not gonna do today. Ready? All these this is how they're doing it these days. I can't. All right, you guys, so we're gonna review this. Oh my god, it's so pretty! That's what we're not gonna be doing on Jeffree Star's TikTok today, you fake ass hoe.
And then here's what seems to be Michaela's response to that.
If you're mad at the way I react to shit, just stay mad. So this is the cutie cake shade.
This is what a lot of the comment section on Michaela's video looked like. Most people assumed that it was about Jeffree Star. She also replied to some comments. Clearly she's unbothered.
Perfect images that are so far, again, unattainable, has also created this sense of unhappiness and this sense of incompleteness, you know, where we are not complete without the editing. I see my daughter. She thinks it's normal to only use filters. And I don't like that. Is she going to grow up in a world where people are honest? Like, could that possibly happen? Is that too much to ask?
Honestly speaking, it is extremely liberating to see other creators talking about the importance of embracing ourselves instead of becoming something fake and unrealistic. You would think that all of this backlash would maybe make her more cautious with her words, but no, Michaela actually got worse. She started obvious rage baiting. For instance, this one video of her where she talks about wearing falsies and making her lashes look natural.
Difference in my lashes with this mascara is absolutely incredible. It truly did a phenomenal job. I mean, literally, just look at the difference. So I just lied straight to your face, and you probably believed it. These lashes, totally fake. And that's what brands do. They lie to you about how things work. Would you have known these were false lashes? Maybe not. You're someone who doesn't have a lot of lashes, doesn't know how to apply lashes, or just wants a little lash lift, this video is for you. Out the gate, let's start by applying 2 coats of your favorite mascara. We want to achieve the fuller lash look. We're going to use the Kiss Lash Couture Faux Lash Extension. They're super affordable, you get a ton of them. This is the current one I'm using. This is so easy to do. You need a strip lash glue. You're going to take one of these lash pieces and get some glue on it. You don't got to let it dry. Give it a quick blow. Literally gonna take the piece and just lay it right on your lashes and press it down. Put about 5 pieces. Then go ahead and apply 1 final coat of mascara. How would they know? How would they know? You know?
This is clearly a jab at his audience for the Lashgate controversy. Besides this, there was also a Lashgate 2.0 controversy where she was trying out mascara from a brand that frequently sponsors her. We think it was the Essence Call Me Queen mascara. She was showing the results of a mascara when she cut the video and people noticed that she had a different mascara wand in her hand. She apparently switched her Essence mascara with a Maybelline mascara halfway through the video.
Michaela is at the center of yet another controversy, and it appears we're getting Lashgate 2.0. So in a recent video, she was supposed to be testing and promoting Essence's new mascara, but when she cut to showcase how well the mascara works, people noticed that she was literally holding Maybelline's mascara in her hand in the clip. And the comments went wild. People started calling her out right away, saying things like, "Girl, you got some explaining to do, caught pink-handed, and Lashgate Paht too." Someone even said, "Just saw the one switch up at the end, they all end up lying, like why?" And Michaela finally responded back saying, "LMFAO, I had that open because I use it for my bottom lashes, and my dumbass picked up the wrong one in the clip." To which someone said that her bottom lashes don't even have anything on them, so clearly she's not telling the truth. After all this backlash, she's since taken down the video and posted this to her Instagram group, which you can pause to read, but honestly, I'm just not buying it. Part of me feels like she's been in the game long enough where she knows what she's doing, and she loves the attention that these controversies bring her. What do you guys think?
As expected, people were quick to call her out. It was simply outrageous the way she was using another product and promoting something else entirely.
So I was watching Mikayla Nogueira Get Ready With Me, and I noticed that we have a Mascara Gate Part 2 on our hands, and I don't know how many people are talking about this, but I know her comment section is talking about it, so I'm just going to bring it to you guys' attention. And so if you guys don't know what's happening, Michaela was trying out an Essence mascara, and it has a black cap on it, right? And then in the video she does 1 coat of this mascara, as you can see up there, and she says, "Wow, look at this mascara, it's so good. Now I'm gonna do it on my other eye." And then she does on the other eye and she's like, "Here's 1 coat." And then the mascara that she's actually holding is one with a pink cap, and it's a Maybelline mascara that she apparently has been using for a while, and she really likes that one. But she's commenting on the Essence mascara and how good the wand is and all sorts. So why would you need to use the pink mascara. Now her excuse is, when someone asks, so did you use the Essence or the Maybelline? She says both. Essence on top, Maybelline I use for my bottom lashes. However, when she's holding the pink mascara, her bottom lashes aren't done, and they're only done at the end of the video, which means she did them around when she did her, like, her lip gloss. So right before she did her lip gloss. But she's holding the pink mascara in between coat 1 and coat 2 of the Essence mascara. And then her bottom lashes aren't done. And then she's back to holding the Essence mascara. So it wouldn't make sense that you were doing your bottom lashes because you were in between 2 coats of your top lashes and your bottom lashes aren't done when you say you were doing them. If that makes sense, right? Someone said, so did you use the Essence or Maybelline? Both, blah, blah. Girl, you got some explaining to do, caught pink-handed. Miss Girl, the one is different than the one you showed us. You said it was for your bottom lashes, but they aren't even done. Maybe I'm blind. And someone does respond to that and say her bottom lashes are done at the end of the TikTok, but like not when she said she was holding the pink mascara, because then she goes back to the Essence mascara to do another coat of lashes, and then she does her bottom lashes. So it just wouldn't make sense for her to be holding the pink mascara in between coat 1 and coat 2 and not have her bottom lashes done, because that was the whole excuse. It just doesn't make sense. Wait, are you testing out Maybelline Firework or Essence? Because you definitely use both. The Essence, the Maybelline is what you see on my bottom lashes. Your bottom lashes weren't done. I'm gonna show you guys the clip and I hope you guys understand what I'm saying once you see the clip.
The new Essence Call Me Queen mascara. Pearl the lashes. It has this really flexible wand. Supposed to give a nice flared effect. Okay, that before and after, it's pretty freaking good. That's 2 coats. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll add a third. I like how the wand is smaller because I can really get into each individual hair. Okay, 3rd coat just to see. Such a beautiful mascara. Okay, last thing I want to try are
This was just sent to me by a friend, but she said, just to clarify what I'm seeing about Lashgate 2.0, lol, I did a review of the Essence mascara, totally organic by the way, purchased it myself, not an ad. In the video I am seen holding a Maybelline mascara when I'm doing my eyes, and that's because I used the Maybelline mascara on my bottom lashes. I already said that doesn't make any sense, because when she claimed she was doing her bottom lashes weren't done until she was like basically doing her lip gloss. The question then is, well, the bottom lashes aren't done. When the clip of my mascara plays, that clip was right when I'm about to do my bottom lashes. I applied lip liner first and then did them. And this is being totally blown into Lashgate 2.0, which I understand. I'm under a microscope. It's my own fault. Blah, blah, blah. Sounds a bit like a lie to me, but you guys decide.
So when people started calling her out, she tried to do some damage control. She actually wrote an explanation for the incident saying, just to clarify what I am seeing about Lashgate 2.0 LOL, I did a review of Essence Mascara. Totally organic, by the way. Purchased it myself, not an ad. In the video, I am seen holding a Maybelline mascara when I'm doing my eyes, and that is because I use that Maybelline on my bottom lashes. The question then is, well, the bottom lashes aren't done when the clip of the mascara plays. That clip was right when I was about to do the bottom lashes. I applied lip liner first and then did them. Now she says that it was not an ad and that she purchased it herself. But this really doesn't seem like the truth. For starters, this is a brand that heavily sponsors Michaela. Secondly, this mascara was promoted by almost all the famous influencers, and all of them had similar scripts, including Michaela's video.
This is the new Essence Call Me Queen mascara.
This is the new Essence Call Me Queen mascara.
Okay, now this mascara is supposed to give your little thin fro lashes a voluminous lengthening effect. I'm gonna do one eye first, and then we're gonna see what it gives compared to the other eye.
Curl the lashes. It has this really flexible wand. Supposed to give a nice flared effect. Okay, that before and after, it's pretty freaking good.
I'm gonna do one eye first, and then we're gonna see what it gives compared to the other eye.
That's 2 coats. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll add a third.
Okay, now after doing the tips, I'm gonna start putting another coat, but this time, I'm gonna start applying another coat, but this time taking it down to the roots of my lashes.
Okay, 3rd coat just to see.
She got the job done.
Such a beautiful mascara.
This was extremely sus, and to be honest, Michaela's defense wasn't very strong. On top of that, the fact that she is a pathological liar didn't help her either. Also, another thing that we'd like to mention here is that we're not really going in chronological order in this video. However, we are attempting to cover all the controversies, so we don't know if we're going in proper sequence. But this next controversy is probably the most hilarious video that we've seen of her. We're not sure of the exact date, but we believe she posted this video in September 2022, talking about how hard it is to be an influencer.
You know, I'm feeling like a asshole today, so I'm gonna clap back at people because I'm tired. I'm so tired. Every single day, I get up at 6 a.m. I spend about 5 to 6 hours filming video content that ranges from 3 to 4 videos, and then I spend a few hours editing that video content. Then I have to work on my other social media profiles, whatever it may be, Instagram, whatever. It's marketing. Then I'm in meetings from 12 to 5. I literally just finished work and it's 5:19. Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds, try it for a day. It is not for everybody. In fact, it's for a very small handful of people who can actually do this job. Because it's absolutely insane. You do not want to have this job. I'm just saying.
In the clip, she mentioned working until 5:19 p.m. and invited viewers to try being an influencer for a day. This comment led to significant backlash, with many viewers perceiving her remarks as tone deaf.
Try being an influencer for a day. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds. I literally just finished work and it's 5:19.
As a medical student and content creator, I'm not going to slate this poor woman. She's had enough of that already, but I feel like everyone thinks what they do is hard. Everyone. It's the same way that nearly everyone always says that they're busy. No one ever says that they're not busy. It's because life is hard. Life is hard, full stop, whatever you do. Obviously, when I'm on hospital and I see people who work their absolute arses off. Now, I'm gonna cut Michaela some slack with this one. There are some very unique struggles that you may have as someone who puts themselves out on the internet. However, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I think this comment was so ignorant. And the main reason isn't because I don't know many people who finish before 5:19. It's because if you hit the nail on the head right, you literally get to make a living out of just doing whatever it is you're passionate about. The whole point is you are creating content that you have decided to make, and you can carve out a community or niche or nurture a group of people who have the exact same interests or beliefs or passions as you. So even if doing this was as hard as being a doctor or a nurse, or there was as many hours involved as being a doctor or a nurse, this is still definitely one of the most freeing and fulfilling jobs that anyone could envision for themselves. And I just cannot believe she said that.
What Michaela seems to overlook is that she's not the only one working hard. People in corporate environments, for example, are likely working just as hard, if not harder, and would probably give anything to live the lifestyle she has. Sure, being an influencer does require consistency, patience, and a lot of confidence, but it's still her job. Comparing it to other people's work and claiming hers is tougher just comes off as disrespectful. On top of that, the internet doesn't really buy her narrative. She claims she's in meetings from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., which seems unrealistic for an influencer's schedule. We've all seen her content. She's traveling to Korea on paid trips and flaunting her new Porsche. With all of that, it's hard to feel sorry for her, even if she's truly working that hard.
Spend the day with me and my husband. I am so excited for today. The first thing we did was went and picked up my new car. I am not okay. I'm going to Korea. Like, what? I'm going to Korea. I am not okay. Get ready with me to go to Korea. Oh, hopefully I can do this. Anyways, I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. In 2 hours, I'm getting on a plane to go to Korea. I've been keeping this a secret for like months, but if you watch my videos, I've been hinting at it a little bit. I think the flight is like 16 hours. I am very nervous about that. This is gonna be the longest flight I've ever been on.
So yeah, her life is basically so hard. And why wouldn't it be hard? She's collaborating with all of these brands, spending hours to face-tune her videos, and coming up with stories to cover up her lies. In fact, she's so busy she couldn't find a single day in 4 whole months to review a brand that she promised she would. This brings us to her next controversy. In late 2023, a controversy emerged involving Mikayla and Matthew Stevens, the CEO of Illusion Bronze, a custom self-tanning company. Stevens publicly requested Mikayla to review his product, aiming to gain exposure for a small business. Mikayla responded positively, indicating she would test and review the product promptly. Anticipating a surge in orders following her endorsement, Stevens took out a $10,000 loan to increase his inventory. Now, is it really Mikayla's fault that he took a $10,000 loan? Not really, but here's a little context. This happened immediately after Mikayla posted a video saying that she would no longer review small brands because they don't have enough inventory to fulfill the orders. Matthew didn't want to be one of those brands, so he took a loan thinking that Mikayla was going to review his products. However, Mikayla did not post the promised review. This absence led Stevens to express his frustration on TikTok in January 2024, stating that her unfulfilled commitment had left him in significant debt.
Mikayla just posted a response to my TikTok. I want to be very clear about why I made the decision to post that video. The day before yesterday, my followers were commenting on one of Mikayla's videos about her reviewing Illusion Bronze. And Mikayla made the decision to respond to them and say things like no and shut up, and proceeded to block a lot of people that are following me. That really triggered me because 2 weeks ago was when I told Mikayla that I had spent $10,000 on product. No, Mikayla did not tell me to spend $10,000 on product, but her knowing that I had just spent all that money on product, why is she responding to people in her comment section saying things like no and shut up and blocking them?
The entire drama with Matthew is actually pretty messy. Not only because Mikayla failed to keep her promise, but also because she left him hanging for more than 4 months, even after he reached out to her repeatedly about the promised review.
The video has color grading on it. Let me take the color grading off and show you what I actually look like. This is with the color grading off.
I'm not even going to talk about the drama with Mikayla and the brand. I feel like the brand is getting even more clout because she didn't post the video than if she would have posted the video. All I care about is what the color grading. Like, can we talk about what filter Mikayla was talking about in the video? All these bright ass lights on my room, and I feel like the color is always a little bit off, and I have like this green hue in my videos all the time. I feel like what she looks like here is kind of what I look like very washed out with like a green hue. This is what she looks like with the filter on. You can see the skin looks so much more warm and it has a lot more saturation. You can actually see the true color of the makeup a lot better. Like, I have a lot of bronzer and blush on and you can't even tell for shit. I've been trying to find the filter and I just cannot find it. So if anybody knows what filter Mikayla was talking about in this video, please let me know.
On top of this, she also allegedly used spray tan and never used his products even after she gave a review. This was just an extremely confusing situation which painted a very bad picture for Mikayla. A lot of people who have used Illusion Bronze's products pointed out that the results looked orange on Mikayla, to which Mikayla responded by saying she had a color grading filter on in her video, which is why it looked orange. This again brings us back to why it's so unethical and wrong to have filters on while reviewing a product. For starters, the audience isn't able to see the real results, which questions the entire point of making a review in the first place. But this isn't the only problematic thing about Mikayla. She's been using tons of products on her face, or at least claiming to. According to her, every other product is helping her with acne. But the real question is, how could she know what's causing her acne to disappear when she is using so many products? Is it the serums, the moisturizers, or the face masks? Or is it the brand she used in her recent videos? Or is it the one she's claiming to have been using for the past 3 weeks? Which one is it? The answer to this question is that no one knows. Even Mikayla doesn't know, and she's being paid to say these things in front of the camera. It's evident that whatever Mikayla does is for the money and views. Even her own wedding was a huge brand promotion. She lied a lot during her wedding as well. She said that she was having an intimate wedding and she wasn't really inviting anyone who didn't know her. However, a lot of influencers have been invited to her wedding who she had never even met before.
She just read it. Well, I found out she dropped a bunch of real friends from her list so she could invite a bunch of fake.
Not only this, but she had a lot of branding done at her wedding, a lipstick booth, and makeup giveaways that were obviously placed there by brands. The most infamous scandal to come out of her wedding was the lipstick scandal. She actually started posting these videos on her TikTok looking for her perfect wedding lip combo. And like everything on her account so far, this video series was also a promotional tactic. A few days before the wedding, she revealed to the audience that she got the chance to make her very own lip combo. She even shot an advertisement at her own wedding in a wedding gown. How crazy is that?
Only only did I find my wet and lip combo, I created it. I'm so excited to finally be able to share with you my marriage material lip duo in partnership with ELF Cosmetics.
Mikayla Nogueira's wedding stirred up a lot of chatter online, not because of what she wore or who she married, but because it felt less like a traditional wedding and more like a full-blown influencer event. There were tons of guests, very few family members in sight, and an overwhelming amount of branding everywhere you looked. Now, it's her wedding, and if she wanted to turn it into a sponsored celebration, that's completely her choice. But the real issue came when she denied it was sponsored at all. Michaela claimed she paid for everything herself and that she simply asked brands if she could display their logos, which feels like a strange thing to do if it truly wasn't a collaboration. But this is not the end of her cash-grabbing antics, because after she got married, she started hinting that she would be starting her very own skin prep line. She posted a TikTok that she had a big confession to share with her fans, which she had been keeping a secret for more than 2 years.
Hey! How y'all doing?
Then she announced her very own skin prep line called POV Beauty. Now, for some reason, she decided to call this the skin prep line, not the skin care line. But at the same time, she consistently claimed that these products were making her acne disappear and her skin more even.
Miss, you forgot something.
Thank you.
To nobody's surprise, her prep line was met with a lot of criticism. A lot of people reviewed the products and didn't have a lot of positive things to say. However, we also think that the backlash could be related to her past actions and the fact that people don't really trust her. And to be honest, why should they? After everything that Michaela has lied about, she doesn't deserve that kind of trust. Therefore, it wasn't really that surprising when the skin prep line didn't receive a lot of good reviews. A lot of industry professionals, including dermatologists and aestheticians, said that the products were nothing extraordinary and that they were actually kind of pricey for such a normal formulation.
Finally, some new information on Mikayla Nogueira's new skincare line Point of View, as well as prices and something that's happening in Canada with a very disgruntled small business owner. We finally have prices for Mikayla Nogueira's line, and people want to know if these are affordable or not for a skincare line or a makeup prep line. It seems that this was intended as makeup prep, but do you use this in addition to a skincare routine, therefore costing even more? Or is this something that actually replaces a skincare routine, and how does it fit into primers? As noted, I'm a medical esthetician and I'm really excited to actually see the ingredients, some of which I may have a sneak peek into. She launched 5 products and these are the prices. Seeing as she's collabed with Glow Recipe before, etc., are these affordable? Are they not? I actually don't think these are half bad, especially considering macroeconomics. The question is, do you need this on top of skincare, which you're then paying even more money for? Or is this something that can replace a skincare routine? And when I look at some of the ingredients that have been snuck and given to me, kind of looks like these might actually be some really cool textures that do replace a regular skincare routine, except for there is no sunscreen, which we know is the most important step. And there's also a small business in Canada saying that Michaela actually stole their name. Apparently this small business in Quebec has said that they've had this line and this name for quite a while, and they're really betrayed, sad, angry, and humiliated and heartbroken that a really famous influencer would just take all of their IP. Now, Michaela's brand is made in Korea, which we have confirmed, even though it is run out of a company in New York, which is a different trademark law than Canada. So maybe this doesn't violate any trademarks. Either way, skincare prep or just skincare or makeup prep or just makeup, I'm really excited for the ingredients because they seem to be vegan and cruelty free, and you know I'm going to be brutally honest when I dive into them. I'll see you there.
We already mentioned at the beginning that she stole the name POV from a small Canadian beauty brand, and the owner of the brand, Sam, even posted a story talking about how disheartening it was for a big influencer to steal their brand's identity. Another thing about Michaela's brand that concerns people was that she claimed these products were formulated by Korean labs or skin experts. This struck really odd to people since she hasn't been to Korea since her sponsored trip, which another brand paid for. Michaela has recently been talking about how things have been extremely hard for her. She initially posted a video saying she wished she could talk about it, but she was not ready.
No one knew that this year has been the worst year of my life.
Mikayla Nogueira has opened up about her personal life, revealing that the past year has been the worst year of her life. Her revelation came after she posted this video of her crying, captioning it, "Facing the hardest year of my life behind closed doors and making sure no one could see behind my fake smile." When a user commented and said they would never have known she was struggling because her energy is always so good, Mikayla posted a 5-minute TikTok in response, giving some insight into what she has been going through.
It has nothing to do with the internet, nothing to do with anything online. It's all off camera, and it's been awful.
However, Mikayla went on to say she isn't ready to give details on exactly what has been hard for her this past year.
What I've been going through over the last year has been the hardest shit I've ever dealt with in my life. And do I wish I could tell you every detail of it? Absolutely. But I can't. It's not the right time. Will I potentially share it eventually? Probably. But right now I'm not.
Some users speculated that the personal issues could be something to do with her husband, Cody Hawken, who she married in July of 2023. One said, "I really hope you and Cody are okay." However, Mikayla hasn't addressed this speculation. The beauty guru explained that she isn't ready to open up fully because of the fear that her words will be twisted, going on to call out TikTok drama channel Rich Lux.
I'm not Mikayla from 2020 anymore, where I could just be myself like I am right now and just talk to you and share everything about my life like I used to, because people tear to Paht and are just nasty. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Rich Lux. You're a piece of shit.
After Mikayla called him out, Rich Lux was quick to address her clapback, claiming it was unfair for her to single him out specifically when he isn't the only creator that makes content about her.
People get way more views than I do talking about Mikayla, and you mentioned me?
Rich Lux did apologize though, and gave some context as to why he likes to make videos about Mikayla.
If I offended you, I am truly sorry. However, I am a drama channel, I am a tea channel. There are thousands of beauty gurus on TikTok that are not problematic. I don't talk about them because they don't do nothing. You, Mikayla, you stir the pot. I love it.
Many fans took to Rich Lux's comments, seemingly in support of Mikayla. One wrote, "What's your beef with her?" And another said, "Just leave her alone? How do people have so much hate in their hearts?" Mikayla ended her video thanking her fans for staying supportive while she deals with what she is going through.
Thank you for bearing with me while I figure my shit out.
However, she broke the silence not long after and posted a video announcing that Cody, her husband, has been to rehab for alcohol addiction.
My husband Cody is in rehab, and I'm ready to talk about it.
She's talked multiple times about how this time is very hard for her, but despite this, she continues to receive hate for the things she's done in the past. The reality of the internet is that they don't forget easily, and people can be brutal. This is why we just like to mention that this video is not meant to encourage hate toward anyone. We don't really think it's okay to be insensitive to a topic like addiction. It's something people truly struggle with, and we hope that Cody recovers from this. That being said, we also think that Mikayla might be cashing in on the Cody situation as well. We don't really know if Cody's comfortable with her sharing this information with the internet. After all, she's the beauty influencer. He's just a normal person who wouldn't want his addiction to be discussed online like this. In any case, we don't really know Cody's point of view on all this since he is in rehab. We don't encourage anyone to send hate towards Cody or Mikayla. This video is primarily meant to shed light on the hypocrisies of internet beauty gurus who brainwash our society to meet unrealistic and absurd beauty standards. According to us, this is an important topic that is not being talked about enough. And on this note, we'd like to end this video. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below to let us know what you think about Mikayla Nogueira. Is she really that bad? Or is she just an insecure person? A victim of beauty standards herself?